The glitz and glamour of Hollywood often feel like a well-rehearsed dance where every step is calculated, every smile is curated, and every major event follows a predictable script. Yet, every so often, the entertainment capital of the world witnesses a moment so electric and genuinely surprising that it resets the entire cultural conversation overnight. Such was the case on a recent Tuesday evening in Los Angeles, where the highly anticipated premiere of a beloved cinematic franchise brought together the biggest names in the industry. The air outside the iconic Dolby Theater was thick with anticipation, humming with the familiar energy of flashing cameras and cheering crowds. Fans had lined the streets for hours, hoping to catch a fleeting glimpse of the star-studded voice cast that has brought joy to generations. The atmosphere was already celebratory, a classic showcase of red carpet elegance and cinematic nostalgia. But nobody in attendance could have predicted that this specific gathering would soon transform into an unforgettable milestone in pop culture history. As the black SUVs pulled up to the curb and the velvet ropes held back the eager spectators, the energy shifted dramatically. There is a specific kind of roar from a crowd that signifies the arrival of someone who transcends standard celebrity status, a figure whose every public appearance is analyzed, celebrated, and stitched into the fabric of modern media. When the car door opened, the collective gasp from the audience confirmed that the evening was about to exceed all expectations. Stepping out into the bright lights was none other than the global musical phenomenon herself, arriving not just as a casual guest, but as a central force of the evening's festivities. Her presence alone was enough to dominate the headlines, but it was her impeccably crafted aesthetic that immediately set the internet ablaze. True to her reputation for leaving cryptic clues and thematic hints in everything she wears, her outfit was a masterful blend of high fashion and narrative storytelling. She arrived wearing a stunning, leggy, off-the-shoulder embellished dress designed by Erdem, an ensemble that perfectly balanced edgy modern style with a nostalgic nod to the silver screen. The striking denim material featured a meticulously structured corseted bodice, complete with a raw hem and eclectic patches that gave the high-end garment a rustic, distinctively classic American feel. The look was elevated by open-toe gold heels that caught the camera flashes with every step, while her signature red lipstick provided that timeless, unmistakable touch. Her hair was styled in a sophisticated half-up look, allowing her thick bangs to frame her face perfectly, but it was a delicate piece of jewelry that truly captured the attention of eagle-eyed fans. Hanging from her neck was a brilliant diamond horseshoe pendant, a subtle yet unmistakable tribute to the character heritage of the very film everyone had gathered to celebrate. If you want to stay updated on every major pop culture shift, the hidden details of celebrity style, and the exclusive stories behind the biggest events in entertainment, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss our deep dives into the world of music and film. Beyond the initial shockwave of her red carpet arrival, the true magic of the evening began to unfold as she mingled with Hollywood royalty and the creative titans of the animation world. The red carpet became a canvas of historic photographs, capturing interactions that bridged the worlds of chart-topping music and cinematic legacy. She was seen sharing warm embraces and posing for the cameras alongside legendary figures, including the incomparable Tom Hanks, who has voiced the world's most famous cowboy for decades, and the brilliant Joan Cusack, the beloved voice behind the spirited cowgirl Jessie. The star-studded gathering did not stop there, as the musician also shared moments with late-night comedy icon Conan O'Brien, creating a delightful contrast of personalities that delighted onlookers. The corporate leadership of the entertainment industry was equally well represented, with Disney President Dana Walden, Disney Chairman Alan Bergman, and Disney CEO Josh D'Amaro all joining the multi-Grammy winner for photographs. Underscoring the massive importance of her involvement with their latest flagship project, the sheer scale of the event signaled that this was far more than a standard promotional appearance. It was a convergence of creative powerhouses celebrating a monumental addition to a historic franchise. As the crowd filed into the grand auditorium of the Dolby Theater and the house lights began to dim, the initial excitement of the red carpet gave way to a deeper sense of wonder. The audience sat captive through the screening of the Pixar sequel, transported once again into a universe that has defined the childhoods of millions and continues to capture the hearts of adults worldwide. The film itself was a masterclass in emotional storytelling, but as the final credits rolled, the audience quickly realized that the theatrical experience was far from over. The atmosphere inside the theater grew charged with a fresh wave of excitement as movement was spotted near the stage. The lights adjusted, casting a warm, inviting glow over the grand piano waiting in the center of the performance space. When the global superstar re-emerged, she had transitioned into a breathtaking yellow gown, a vibrant sartorial shift that signaled the beginning of an exclusive, deeply intimate performance that would leave the audience spellbound. Standing before the gathered crowd of industry elites, filmmakers and peers, she took a moment to address the room, her voice carrying a genuine warmth and humility that contrasted beautifully with her massive global stature. She began by expressing her profound admiration for the voice cast, specifically singling out Joan Cusack for her extraordinary decades-long work in bringing the character of Jessie to life, with deep sincerity. The singer shared how much of an honor it was to write music specifically for this cinematic universe, describing herself as incredibly lucky to have been given the opportunity to contribute to a franchise that holds such a sacred place in modern culture. But the emotional peak of her speech came when she turned her attention to another legendary figure present in the room, a man she described as the true architect of the musical universe they were all celebrating. She spoke with immense reverence about the king of pulling at heartstrings, the master storyteller who has spent 30 years making audiences laugh, cry, and feel as though they are listening to the songs of an old, trusted friend. Her words served as the perfect introduction for the legendary Randy Newman, whose iconic compositions have defined the emotional landscape of the entire franchise since its inception in the mid-1990s. The crowd watched in awe as the two musical titans took their places, setting the stage for a cross-generational duet that would instantly become the stuff of Hollywood legend. As the first familiar notes echoed through the Dolby Theater, it became clear that this night was destined to be remembered not just as a film premiere, but as a historic celebration of artistic collaboration, setting a majestic tone for the incredible revelations that were yet to come. The grand convergence of cinematic nostalgia and modern musical brilliance inside the Dolby Theater was merely the public-facing prelude to a much larger, deeply personal chapter unfolding in the pop star's life. While her unexpected duet with Randy Newman and her breathtaking piano rendition of her new country-infused ballad captured the immediate attention of the entertainment world, a parallel narrative of equal magnitude was quietly taking shape behind the scenes. For weeks, whisperings within the music industry and the sports world alike had suggested that the singer and her partner, the champion football star, were planning something unprecedented for their upcoming summer nuptials. As details began to slip through the tightly guarded inner circles of both celebrities, the public quickly realized that the upcoming ceremony was destined to transcend the boundaries of a traditional celebrity wedding, morphing instead into a cultural phenomenon that mirrors the absolute peak of their combined global influence. The choice of Madison Square Garden as the venue was the first definitive clue that this event would be executed on a scale never before seen in the world of high-profile romances. This iconic arena, globally recognized as the pinnacle of live entertainment and athletic achievement, is a place where the singer has already secured her legacy through 8 historic, sold-out performances over the course of her illustrious career, returning to this massive New York City landmark not as a touring artist, but as a bride. Represents a profound full-circle moment that beautifully bridges her professional triumphs with her personal happiness. The logistics of transforming the world's most famous arena into an intimate, secure, and jaw-dropping wedding venue require a level of production complexity that rivals a massive multi-city stadium tour. Insiders revealed that the multi-million-dollar booking spans at least 3 full days, a timeline carefully structured to allow an army of designers, florists, and technical crews to completely overhaul the vast interior space. The first day is entirely dedicated to the elaborate setup, ensuring that every piece of the custom decor is flawlessly integrated into the windowless, ultra-secure facility. This lack of windows combined with the extensive underground parking network offers the couple and their elite, star-studded guest list an unprecedented level of privacy, shielding them completely from the prying eyes of the paparazzi and the relentless gaze of the public. The second day will host the actual wedding ceremony and the spectacular reception, while the third day is reserved for the massive breakdown and restoration of the venue. The sheer scale of the 3-day commitment, paid for entirely at full market value without corporate discounts due to the strict fiduciary responsibilities of the publicly traded parent company, underscores the couple's absolute dedication to bringing their grandest dreams to fruition. This meticulous, high-stakes preparation heavily supports the growing theory that the legendary summer gatherings formerly hosted by the singer are making a monumental comeback, reimagined as the ultimate celebration of her marriage. For years, her highly exclusive Independence Day parties at her historic Rhode Island mansion were the undisputed highlight of the celebrity calendar, dominating social media feeds and setting global trends with images of superstar friends waving flags and enjoying custom-built water slides. By shifting the spirit of those iconic gatherings to the heart of Manhattan over the exact same holiday weekend, the couple is actively embracing the grand spectacle of their lives rather than running away from it. This patriotic theme is further deepened by the football star's own deeply ingrained values and family history, which he recently shared in the best-selling book co-written with his brother. Within those pages, the brothers expressed a profound, lifelong admiration for the holiday, describing it as a beautiful time when family, friends, and communities gather to honor the shared bond of the nation and the dedicated service members who protect it. The athlete's frank, unyielding patriotism perfectly aligns with the singer's own deep familial respect for the military, creating a meaningful emotional foundation for their wedding theme that goes far deeper than mere visual aesthetics. To truly understand the emotional weight behind this patriotic inspiration, one must look back at the singer's own family history. Specifically, her deep bond with her paternal grandfather, a decorated veteran of the United States Marine Corps who survived some of the most brutal and historic battles of the Second World War. The harrowing stories of his service in the Pacific Theater, passed down through her father, left an indelible mark on her creative soul, eventually inspiring her to pen deeply moving songs that honor the unspeakable sacrifices made by soldiers and frontline workers alike. Her enduring respect for that generation was further demonstrated years ago when she made a heartwarming, unannounced visit to the home of a 96-year-old veteran who had found joy and connection with his grandchildren through her music. This shared reverence for service, family, and country forms the unbreakable bedrock of the couple's relationship, making the choice of an Independence Day weekend wedding a deeply purposeful decision rather than a convenient scheduling coincidence. For the groom, navigating the timing of this massive celebration required balancing his deep devotion to his future bride with his legendary commitment to his athletic career. Having recently signed on for another high-stakes season on the gridiron, he has been famously candid about his refusal to ever schedule a wedding during the intense autumn months, noting that the rigorous demands of the football season require absolute focus and that he would never force his teammates or friends to choose between attending his wedding and supporting their franchise by selecting the brief window of the summer season. The couple ensured that their closest friends, family members, and colleagues from both the entertainment industry and the professional sports world could gather together without distraction. The result is a beautifully orchestrated convergence of two distinct worlds, a moment where the timeless magic of Hollywood storytelling meets the grit and passion of American sports culture. As the final countdown to the historic July weekend approaches, the world watches with bated breath, eager to witness the culmination of a love story that has captured the collective imagination of millions. What began as a surprising red carpet appearance in Los Angeles has effectively set the stage for an era-defining celebration in New York City, proving once again that when these two forces unite, they do not merely participate in popular culture. They completely redefine it for generations to come.